have different personalities, you know what I'm saying? Nobody knows who's coming downstairs in the morning.
Sean Diddy Combs is one of the richest and most influential figures in music. He's a multimedia mogul with endless connections in the entertainment industry. But in 2024, his story took a much darker turn.
From his $48 million Miami mansion to hell on earth where chaos reigns.
Combs became embroiled in scandal as multiple allegations of historic sex offenses were leveled against him. He was arrested and charged with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, and transportation to engage in prostitution. So how did he get to this point? Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we're taking a closer look at the timeline of Sean Diddy Combs, charting his 1990s rise to his 2020s disgrace. Combs was born in Harlem in 1969. His mother was a teaching assistant, his father was in the U.S. Air Force. His father also had ties to a notorious New York drug lord, however, Frank Lucas, and was shot dead in 1972 when Combs was 2 years old. From there, Combs moved through school and attended Howard University, where he majored in business, but eventually dropped out to pursue a career in music. In 2014, he returned to Howard to receive an honorary degree and to deliver that year's commencement address. That degree was revoked, though, in 2024. In 1990, Combs gained an internship at Uptown Records and quickly rose within the label. It was around this time that his reputation for hosting huge parties also emerged. In 1991, a charity fundraiser organized by Combs attracted almost double capacity for the venue, which resulted in a terrifying crush and what came to be known as the City College Stampede, where 9 people were killed.
The event in question was a celebrity basketball game. At first, said to be an AIDS fundraiser, hosted and promoted by Sean Puffy Combs. He held the event along with another well-known rapper, Heavy D. Combs was no stranger to throwing big parties and even bigger after-parties. It was something he did often.
In 1993, Combs was fired from Uptown, but started his own label, Bad Boy Records. He signed the then unknown rapper Christopher Wallace, the Notorious B.I.G., who would soon become one of the most iconic figures in hip-hop history. And Combs garnered significantly more fame as a result. He soon adopted the first iteration of his stage name Puff Daddy, and in 1996 began recording for his own rap debut. His first single, Can't Nobody Hold Me Down, came in January 1997. But then in March, Biggie Smalls was infamously shot and killed. Combs released his second single, I'll Be Missing You, with Faith Evans in May, and his debut album, No Way Out, in July. Biggie's murder undoubtedly shook the hip-hop community. It also impacted Combs' career, leading him to mainstream success. He won the first of his 3 Grammys in 1998, with the other coming 6 years later in 2004. It was also around this time, however, that the first widely reported controversies and legal issues involving Combs came to light. In 1999, he was charged with assault against Steve Stoute, a record executive who he attacked with a champagne bottle. It was reportedly in response to a crucifixion scene that Combs didn't approve of in the music video for a song he worked on with Nas. At the time, as part of his punishment, he was ordered to attend an anger management class.
Won't stop now. Can't stop. 'Cause I can't stop now. You can hate me now.
Later that year, in December 1999, Combs made headlines following gunshots at a club. He, Jennifer Lopez, and a then up-and-coming Belizean rapper Shine are said to have been involved in an argument with others at the venue when weapons were fired. Combs was arrested and charged with weapons offenses, as well as with trying to bribe his driver to take the heat. He was eventually found not guilty, while Shine was sentenced to 10 years in prison. Today, years after serving his time, Shine is a prominent politician in Belize. Combs moved into the 21st century with another name change in 2001, from Puff Daddy to P. Diddy. And he became more than just a music mogul. His fashion brand, Sean John, picked up a slew of awards in the early 2000s, despite various controversies, including reports of unfair and illegal working conditions for employees, as well as the discovery that some Sean John clothing was made using genuine raccoon dog fur. He started acting too, including with roles in Monsters Ball in 2001, Get Him to the Greek in 2010, and Girls Trip in 2017.
Make some noise!
From 2007 to 2023, Combs was the face of the French vodka brand Ciroc. In 2013, he co-founded the TV network Revolt. In 2015, he partnered with the actor Mark Wahlberg to buy a majority stake in a sports drinks company. Notably, after 3 solo records in 4 years at the turn of the century, his only other solo studio album throughout this time came in 2006 with Press Play, which includes a long list of high-profile featured artists, including Nicole Scherzinger, Christina Aguilera, CeeLo Green, and Jamie Foxx.
Would you like me to press play?
Please.
Combs's business empire grew and grew, but in the background, his reputation was being shaped by other events. In 2001, the TV host Roger Mills sued Combs, alleging that he, Mills, had been assaulted by Combs's entourage on Combs's orders after an interview question about the death of Biggie Smalls. In 2003, Combs's former partner Kirk Burroughs also sued him, alleging that he had threatened violence if Burroughs didn't sign over shares in Bad Boy Records.
I guess this means more money, more problems for you.
Yeah, I guess so. More money, more problems.
In 2008, Combs settled out of court following yet more allegations that he had punched a man, pushed a woman, and spat on another woman shortly following an Oscars after-party in LA in 2007. Among the growing number of unsavory stories, Combs facilitated another name change in 2005, this time from P. Diddy to Diddy. But that also brought some controversy when it was legally ruled that he couldn't use his new moniker in the UK due to it already belonging to an English DJ.
What is your name?
No, I feel it's very important that I clear that up. I decided that I'm just going to go with the name Diddy.
In 2015, Combs was arrested after fighting his son's football coach and allegedly threatening him with a kettlebell, although the charges were ultimately dropped. In 2017, Combs's former personal chef Cindy Rueda sued him over the long hours and unfair conditions that she was made to work in. Rueda's lawsuit also alleged continued sexual harassment carried out by Combs and his manager at the time. In 2019, Combs's former girlfriend, Gina Huynh, alleged via YouTube that he had before tried to pay her to have an abortion and that he had in the past hit her and stomped on her stomach. Despite all of the above, it appeared in 2023 that Combs was making a return to music, with the release of his 5th studio album, The Love Album, Off the Grid. It again included a lot of well-known featured artists, such as John Legend, Justin Bieber, and The Weeknd, but it didn't achieve comparable critical or commercial success.
The world will never get another me. I ain't this shit. God ain't impressed.
Combs was named that year's global icon at the 2023 MTV Video Music Awards, though. Just weeks afterwards, and the lawsuits that have now come to define his legacy started to come in. In November 2023, Cassie Ventura, better known as Cassie, filed a lawsuit against Combs with a long list of allegations. She had been in a long-term relationship with Combs from around 2007 to 2018. In the lawsuit, she accused him of continued serious sexual assault, sex trafficking, physical abuse, and of forcing her to be intimate with male sex workers. Cassie further accused Combs of weapons-related crimes, uncontrollable rage, and of blowing up the rapper Kid Cudi's car in 2012 at a time when she was dating him. Later, in the same week of November 2023, 2 further claimants came forward against Combs, also alleging that he had sexually assaulted them and had subjected them to and blackmailed them with revenge porn. In December 2023, a 4th lawsuit was filed in New York, again for sexual offenses.
This indictment reads, it's very disturbing. The facts presented are out of, a very bad Hollywood story. And a lot of the evidence, alleged evidence, that's been gathered in this case was from those 2 raids that were conducted on his personal homes.
In February 2024, the producer Rodney Jones filed against Combs, claiming that he had been forced by Combs to arrange and engage with sex workers while he watched. In March 2024, multiple properties owned by Combs were raided by the police and authorities, with various items, including computers, reportedly seized. In April 2024, Combs' son Christian was named alongside his father in another lawsuit citing sexual assault, as well as claims that Combs had tried to cover it up by offering to pay the victim. In May 2024, CCTV footage was released by CNN, clearly showing Combs kicking and beating Cassie in a hotel corridor and lobby. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. In the following weeks and months, the claims against Combs continued to mount until in New York on September 16, 2024, he was arrested and charged. The next day, Combs pled not guilty to all charges against him. According to reports, he attempted to negotiate a $50 million bail, but it was denied. The judge was said to be concerned that Combs, if he were granted bail, would seek to threaten and intimidate witnesses.
The sex trafficking case against Sean Diddy Combs moving full speed ahead. Lawyers for Combs and prosecutors set to hold a status conference to determine the next phase following the sweeping indictment alleging the music mogul leveraged his business empire, power, and prestige to abuse his alleged victims.
Combs has long been linked to controversy, but the true scale of his alleged crimes is only now coming to light. His timeline has taken him from those early days as hip-hop's next big thing to the emerging truth that his story and lifestyle appear really to be one of the darkest and most disturbing in music history.
This is quite the downfall to go from, we saw the mansions back in March that were raided by the feds. So to go from living in those mansions to being in a jail cell right now, I think it really underscores the magnitude of what he's facing and the weight of the federal government.